1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One, 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 one. Where's that second one coming from? One. Hmm. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. That shouldn't be. That's why. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. What's Lenovo coming up for? Q and vMix. That's not what I want either. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
I turned it off. Yai lai, yai lai, 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 yai lai, 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 yai lai, 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 yai lai, la lai, la lai, yai lai, 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 la lai, 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 yai lai, 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 yai lai, 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 yai lai, 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 lai. As we get settled in our chairs, any of my students from the Zimit Learning Adventure, especially my older students, you either brought a prayer book from home, I hope you did, and if you didn't, would you make sure to pick up a prayer book without transliteration at the entrance of the Beit Knesset. Yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, lai 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 lai, lai 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 lai, lai lai lai. Please join me. Yai lai 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 lai, lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, lai lai lai. Well, this evening, when I tell my story, I am going to be telling a story about the Israel Baal Shem Tov. And the Israel Baal Shem Tov was special for so many reasons, but one of the things that we think about him tonight, because he was born and died in the Ukraine, lived his whole life in the Ukraine. The Israel Baal Shem Tov said, it's not the words that you pray that go up to the divine. If you were only bringing words, how could it reach God? Rather, it's the burning desire of your heart. I'm going to ask you to be my echo in the nigun. Whatever I sing, would you sing back loud enough that it's heard from all of our members who are joining us virtually? Ya la lai lai lai, ya la lai lai lai. Ya la la lai la la lai la 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 lai. Ya la la lai la la lai la 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 lai. Lai la la lai la la lai la 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 lai. Lai la la lai la la lai la 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 lai. Lai 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 lai. Lai 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 lai. Lai 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 lai. Lai. Shabbat Shalom. I am actually thrilled to be sharing Shabbat with you in person. I know so many of you have been joining us virtually, and spring is around the corner. I am looking forward to, with the advent of spring, with the beginning of the end of COVID, as we're still careful to protect one another, that we begin to congregate again as a congregation in person. I will build this world from love, and you must build this world from love. Die, die, da da die, 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 die. Die, die, da da die, 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 die. Try that. Die, die, da da die, 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 die. Die, die, da da die, 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 die. Olam, olam chesed yibaneh, da da die, 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 die. Olam chesed yibaneh, da da die, 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 die. Olam chesed yibaneh, da da die, 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 die. Olam chesed yibaneh, da da die, 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 die. Die, die, da da die, 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 die. Die, die, da da die, 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 die. I will build this world from love. Da da die, 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 die. And you must build this world from love. Da da die, 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 die. And if we build this world from love, da da die, 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 then God will build this world with love. Da da die, 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 die. Die, die, da da die, 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 die. Lie, lie, la la lie, lie, la lie, lie. Olam chesed yibaneh, da da die, 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 die. Olam chesed, olam chesed yibaneh, da da die, 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 die. Olam chesed yibaneh, da da die, 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 die. Olam chesed yibaneh, da da die, 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 die. Lie, lie, la la lie, lie, la lie, lie. Lie, lie, la la lie, 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 lie. I believe that we can do that we can build a world with love. That's our responsibility, that's our task. And especially on Shabbat, we are able to focus on how that could be for us. Reaching for your Siddur, page 129, it is our tradition as we settle into our Shabbos places to move into the Sabbath, lifting our voices together. For those who are joining us virtually, please reach for the PDF under the live stream link. opening our hearts. תודי לי ואני לא הרואה בשושנים. תודי לי ואני לא הרואה בשושנים. מי זאת עולה מן המדבר, מי זאת עולה מכותרת מור, מור ולבונה, מור ולבונה. תודי לי ואני לא הרואה בשושנים. תודי לי ואני לא הרואה בשושנים. יא לה 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 יא לה 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 לה. 120. On this Shabbos, I have a very exciting announcement to make, and that is that 2 of our Bar Mitzvah students have dedicated their community service to creating a child activity on the first Friday of each month, which means that families who are joining us and are planning on joining us can come in and be in the sanctuary for as long as it is good for your children. And when your children need a break, they can go into the child activity room, which will be temporarily hosted in the youth lounge. And of course, the teenagers who are providing this activity will have themed activities and healthy, happy learning together and fun. And the students will be coming back with their teen guides for the story at the end. This evening, because we are expecting a presentation of kindergarten and pre-K and K, we're asking all the students to stay in the Beit Knesset with us at least until the Shema, when we will be led by the pre-KK. After the Shema, your parents and you will decide when it's a good time for you to go back. A gentle reminder that when students arrive to the activity room, they need to be accompanied by a parent for drop-off. At this time, if you are not yet Bar Mitzvah, I'm going to ask that you come forward and join me for the lighting of the candles. Page 121. As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light. Every first Friday, there'll be a different student who gets to light the candles. This evening, Henry will be the first. Okay. Ready? Let's do it. And Sonny, I'm going to ask for you to extinguish the flame here. Put it down, honey. Perfect. Let's all bring the light in with our hands. Echad, shtayim, shalosh. Close your eyes so that when you open your eyes, the joy of Shabbat begins. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. May you each be exactly as you are. May you each be everything that you dream to become. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
I brought Rapunzel.
Lovely. Page 142. As we pray Lecha Dodi, we focus our intention, our kavanah, on paragraphs 1 and 2, 5 and 9. When we reach the 9th paragraph, it is our tradition to stand and face the entrance to the sanctuary, making room for everybody who chooses to be in our Beit Knesset. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Lecha lecha dodi likrat likrat kala Pnei pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi likrat likrat kala Pnei pnei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad Ishmi anu el hamiuchad Adonai echad Ushmo echad L'shem u'tiferet V'litchila la 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 dodi Likrat likrat kala Pnei pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi likrat likrat kala Pnei pnei Shabbat nekabela. Paragraph 2. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha Ki hi mekor habracha Merosh mikedem nesucha Sof ma'aseh b'machsheva Techila lecha lecha dodi Likrat likrat kala Pnei pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi likrat likrat kala Pnei pnei Shabbat nekabela. Paragraph 5. Itorevi Kiva orech kumi ori uri sher daberi Kevod Adonai alayich negila lecha lecha dodi Likrat likrat kala Pnei pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi likrat likrat kala Pnei pnei Shabbat nekabela. Facing the entrance, Boi v'shalom Ateret ba'ala Gam b'simcha u'v'tzohala Toch emunei am segula Boi chala Lecha lecha dodi Likrat likrat kala Pnei pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi likrat likrat kala Pnei pnei Shabbat nekabela. At this time, we stand together facing the Aron HaKodesh, page 146. Nalakum, please stand. There is one who sings the song of his life, finding within himself everything. There is one who leaves the circle of herself and sings the song of her people. There is one whose voice rings with the song of humanity, hoping for the highest perfection. And there is one who rises even higher, uniting with all people, with all creatures, with all worlds, filling the universe with song. La la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Baruch et Adonai, ya la 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 la, Hamevorah. Baruch Adonai, Hamevorah le'olam va'ed. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. I'm going to ask that our Sadran Tfilah, our organizer of Tfilah, through our Zimmit adventure, our learning adventure, come forward. Morah Julie Stein-Makowski. And together with Morah Stein-Makowski will come all of our pre-K and K students and some of their supporters who were able to be here. If you choose turning to page 152, I invite you to sit or stand as you are comfortable. Do you want to sing into the microphone?
Remember, close your eyes.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Ha'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Lie, 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 la 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 lie, la 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 lie, 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 la lie, 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 la 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 lie, la 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 lie, 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 la 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 lie, la 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 lie, 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 lie. Yasher kol chachen, so much strength to you. And for all of our pre-K and K who are joining us virtually and praying, Yasher kol chachen, much strength to you. $154. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha uv'chol nafshecha uv'chol me'odecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavcha hayom al levavecha v'shenantam levanecha v'debarta baham b'shivtecha b'veitecha uv'lechtecha v'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha uv'shartam leot ahal yadecha v'hayu litotafot bein einecha וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. It is our tradition before the Micha Mocha, page 156, to focus on how we partner with the divine in healing the world. This evening I bring this prayer for Ukraine. Holy One, source of strength, war has begun and innocent people are dying. We ask your protection for Ukraine and its citizens. We pray for their safety and the security of the country and for the neighboring countries, Hungary, Poland, Romania, among others, that have opened their borders to provide humanitarian corridors and safe passage for all those who wish to evacuate. We seek the comfort of believing that everything will be all right, even in the face of insurmountable odds. But we know that everything is not all right now. Quiet the fears that threaten to deafen us. Grant us shleimut, the inner peace we so desperately seek. Help us remain calm. Help us to respond, to reach out to those in need. My ask to every member of Congregation Emmanuel of the Hudson Valley is do something. Do one thing. If everyone does one thing, we will be partnering to bring relief. May this horrific situation be diffused swiftly with minimal casualties. Bless our world leaders with the ability to work together for the greater good and the wisdom to make wise decisions during these turbulent times and in the face of evil and injustice. Bless the people of all nations with the desire, the strength, the courage to create a world based on justice and filled with peace. May the words of Isaiah 2:4, nation shall never lift up sword against nation, neither shall they learn war anymore, become true in our day, in this very hour. Source of goodness, Shine your healing light on us and on all those in the Ukraine that we hold in our hearts tonight. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, shelter us, shield us, show us the path to peace. May we be inspired to use our unique gifts to usher in an era of enduring and unending peace. Ufros aleinu sukat, sukat, shlomecha. Ufros aleinu sukat, sukat, shlomecha. Ya la la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la. La 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la. And we say, Amen. Page 158. Sing the song of people, joined in understanding and respect. The song of the divine miracles, an earth protected and cherished, a gift for our children and the generations to come. The song of a land once ravaged by war, now quiet and content, her soldiers home to leave no more. The song of a world redeemed, the song of peace. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, la 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 la. La 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 la. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot osef eleh, nora tehilot osef eleh. Malchutecha ra'u v'hanecha, bokeh ayam lifnei Moshe uMiriam, ze'eli anu ve'amru, ze'eli anu ve'amru, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. 162. Chad Ha'am reminds us it's not us that keep the Sabbath, it's the Sabbath that keeps us Jewish. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, lasot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam, beini uvein b'nei Yisrael, oti le'olam, oti le'olam. Vishamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, lasot et ha-Shabbat l'dorotam berit olam. Ki sheshet yamim asa Adonai et ha-shamayim ve'et ha'aret, vishamru b'nei Yisrael וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. 164. Now lakum, please rise. Pray as if everything depended on God. Act as if everything depended only on you. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Yalla lai lai lai, yalla lai lai lai, yalla lai lai lai, la la lai lai lai, yalla lai lai lai, la la lai lai lai, yalla lai lai lai, la la lai 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 lai. It is our minhag to pray Tfilat Amidah belachash, in a whisper. The tefillah traditionally continues through page 178. Bring your prayer from your heart. Bring the burning desire, and when you have completed what you need to say on this Shabbat, work your way back to your seat. Shalom. Shalom. Let me have peace. Let me be whole. Let me have hope. Shalom. 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 I am at peace. I'm one with the world. I have hope. Ose shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'imru, amen. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Abigail knew I was about to tell a story, so she made sure to come back, which I love. The truth is, someone's getting the kids. Thank you. The truth is that tonight's story is an adult story that will be wonderful for the children. An adult story that I have taken excerpts from the Elie Wiesel book, The Gates of the Forest, so that I could deliver a teaching to you tonight. B'zchut Ukraine, meriting Ukraine and the riches and the fullness of life, and honoring the stories of the Baal Shem Tov, who, as I told you earlier, in the service, was born in Ukraine and lived in Ukraine and died and was buried in Ukraine. Wiesel's retelling of the stories of the Baal Shem Tov challenge us to learn from the past, challenge us to think about how we go forward, to create a more whole world. When the great Rabbi Israel Baal Shem Tov saw misfortune threatening, it was his custom to go out to the forest and to meditate. And there he would light a fire and offer a prayer, and a miracle would be accomplished, and misfortune would be averted. Later, when his Talmid, his disciple, the celebrated Magid of Mezrich, had occasion for the same reason to intercede with heaven, he would go to the same place in the forest. And there he would turn and he would say, Master of the universe, listen, I do not know how to light fire, but I am still able to offer prayer. And then he would offer his prayer and the miracle would happen. Misfortune was averted. And still later, his disciple, Rebbe Moshe Leib of Sasov, in order to save the people one more time, would go into the forest and said, here I am. I do not know how to light the fire. I do not know how to pray. But I know this place. And here I am. And this must be sufficient. And it was sufficient. The miracle was accomplished. The misfortune was averted. And then it fell to Rabbi Israel of Rizhin to overcome misfortune. And Rabbi Israel was sitting in his armchair, not able to get up, not able to go out, and he put his hands in his head, and he thought to himself, oy vey, I am unable to light the fire. I do not know the prayer. I can't find the place in the forest, and even if I could find it, I can't get there. But what I can do is tell this story. And he told the story, and that was it. The miracle happened. Misfortune was averted. Children, tell your parents to tell you stories. Parents, tell your stories. Tell your stories of your parents, of your grandparents, of their parents and their grandparents. So many of our families, my family, trace some or more of their roots to the Ukraine. Tell those stories. And remember that our stories can help us to determine how we go forward. Two more short Baal Shem Tov stories. Kids, you're getting this one in the beginning. There was a man named Gregor. So Gregor was silent. He could see his grandfather's lips moving. And they said, Al tifchad neched. Don't be afraid, my child. Al tifchad neched. But Gregor could not hear a voice. And Gregor noticed that there were mad people wandering around the world, doing mad things. Elie Wiesel called them wandering messengers. And Wiesel said that they too are part of the world. Without them, there would be no unexpected, there would be no surprise. Without them, there would be no challenge. But you need to know this, that those mad people, those messengers are challenging God too. They surprise even the Creator because they have escaped from the divine. They elude all that is sacred. Their mission on earth is to persuade us that we don't know how to be in this world, but we do know how to be in this world. I believe that we know how to be in this world. Are you listening? And a heavy-hearted Gregor that was usually quiet answered, Yes, grandfather. Yes, I'm listening. I think I have lived only for this moment, only for this encounter, only for this challenge, only for this dark night. And Gregor could hear his grandfather whispering, That, my child, is true of all encounters, of every dark night. What world are we going to create for our children and our grandchildren, for our future? What world will we tolerate for our grandchildren? And the real question for this community, how will we weave the sacred into our stories, into our teachings, and into our lives? Just the same, you have to admit, it's strange. It's really strange. War. It takes a war to make us pay attention. It takes a war for our paths to cross with the other, for our consciousness to awaken and be alert. War breaks out in order that our paths might cross, that we might wake up. War overturns law and order, goodness and justice. It shakes the trees and it says to people, get yourself out of this mess. But nothing happens. Parents and children look at each other in the face and they do not understand. The game that they have been playing, the game of war, and then war laughs. And why not? War has a right to laugh. It plants you in front of the other, the stranger, and it says, love him. Because if you do not love him, you will destroy him, you will humiliate him, and you will obey others without asking whether it is right or wrong. All of humanity loses when we play the game of war. Ultimately, we know this all too well, but we play the game over and over and over. Isn't that strange? In honor of our grandparents and their parents, in honor of our stories, in honor of what we believe as Jews, I will be asking every member of CEHV to do something, to do one thing, to take action, to respond to quell the violence, to respond to help to heal the suffering and the injustice waged against the Ukrainian people. We turn together to a prayer for healing. Page 371. First and foremost, I ask that each of us send prayers to the people of Ukraine. For their heroic and tenacious resistance, and for their right to live as whole people. I ask that our prayers go out to Susan Bosch, Phyllis Fillmore, Ellen Futterman, and Elaine Trott. And I ask for continued healing for Laura Gelber, Richard Gelber, and Lauren Petties. And at this time, if there are members of the congregation who would like to add names for healing when my eyes meet yours, please do.
My boss's daughter, Katie, needs so much healing and strength.
Thank you.
Judy Polinski,
Thank you.
Alexa Wiley,
Thank you.
Joe, Fiona, and Leah,
Thank you.
Zach,
Thank you.
Evelyn Olaya,
Thank you. Mi sheberach avoteinu mikor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the words before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us sing. Amen. Misheberach imotenu mikor habracha leavotenu. For those in need of healing, with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. I am so thrilled to see families back in the Beit Knesset, and I am thrilled with those who have chosen to join us virtually. And as you feel comfortable, we continue to do our best to make certain that everyone is safe and comfortable when we come together. Tomorrow morning, Minyan begins at 10 a.m. Sunday, our Zimit Learning Adventure Religious School begins at 9:30. Brotherhood's monthly meeting is Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. Longstanding and new members are welcome. Sisterhood is hosting a movie discussion night on Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. Please visit the calendar for Sisterhood, for Brotherhood, and for the synagogue for all of these details. All week, my connections and classes, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, are open to longstanding participants and new participants. I look forward to you trying something new and joining me. Next Friday, confirmation class, our monthly meal in person at synagogue, and then joining for the musical Shabbat at 7:30. I hope that you've all participated in the Mishloach Manot project. B'kitzor, in short, in our congregation we have a minhag that each of us who wants to participate delivers one basket and receives one basket. It's a secret Purim basket switch. I believe you could still be involved if you get online and join in. There's a secondary piece, and that is an act of tikkun olam, preparing a basket. We always direct it to someone in need in our community. This year it will go to seniors who need the help. Please look at the website, and even if you are already participating in the Mishloach Manot or will soon do it, everyone can participate in dropping off at the synagogue a package, a bag for the elders in our community. They will be delivered by our Tikkun Olam committee. Purim is happening at CEHV. It is going to be rocking. There's a great carnival on Sunday, March 13th, through our Zimit Learning Adventure, hosted by not just our school, but specifically the Parent and Congregational Support Committee. There'll be events, including arts and crafts and games, and a costume fashion show. On the runway, the CEHV runway, be there and be there. Purim will actually be celebrated as an ongoing, again, on actual Shushan Purim on Friday, March 18th. Please save the date. The spiel that the children will be doing on Sunday will be repeated up here on the bima. The staff, including your amazing Menahel, Jonathan, our rabbinic intern, Jack Sherritt, our wonderful cantorial soloist, Alexandra Schleuder, and I will do a spiel for everyone, not to be topped by the kids. We will do our best. And there will be an abbreviated, very abbreviated service, making a lot of chayzik, and an abbreviated Megillah reading with the Megillah that many of the older children help to scribe. So make sure to be here. There is a parent open house that is for the Zimit Religious School, and that is scheduled for Sunday, April 24th. Please contact the religious school director, both to pass names or also to of prospective parents and students, so that we can reach out and invite them. There is an ongoing project that many of you have been participating with, the Blue Fridge Project. Please pick up a brown paper bag on your way out. You can look for specific details on our website, and it's written, an instruction sheet, how we can regularly donate food to families and individuals so that they can have equal access and equal sustainability here, our neighbors, our other members of our community. Membership welcomes you to be part of the Sevev, the group that takes turns greeting. When we greet and welcome people into our shul, it brings the warmth that we pride ourselves in. This evening, I want to thank Lindsay Stern for greeting. And I want to encourage everyone to greet at least once or twice a year, but hopefully even more than that. I want to take a moment and just thank our Barry Cohen, who quietly and with unbelievable generosity shows up week after week after week to make this accessible to all of you who are at home. Please, if you love what's going on here, show up, be supportive, support the community. And we ask everyone to stay tuned as the COVID-19 protocols will be adjusted as the committee feels that it is appropriate and that we can continue to keep each other safe. Taking a moment before we go to close our service to recognize loved ones, Shalchu la'olamam, who have left this world. First, to hold the recently departed, the recently deceased in our community. We are with Sandy Albelli and her family as they mourn the recent loss in their shloshim of Robin Stone, Zichrona Levracha. We are with the Trott family, Joshua and David, Elaine and Bernie and Sandy, as they are in their Shana of having lost Mark. I am holding the full list of all of the loved ones for all of you who are observing Shana here in the room, as well as those who are with us virtually. We are with you. So too do we weave the names of loved ones who died in this season in years past. Dana Appenzeller, Stephen Appenzeller's mother, Kenneth Atkins, Pam Atkins' father, Raphael Bloom, Sophie Force Davis, Richard Del Belso, remembered by Arnie and Sharon Zappel, Rose Feldstein, Suzanne Zimbler's mother, Arthur Forst, Ruth Wally's father, Samuel Gelber, Samantha Michael's grandfather, Fanny Goodman, Debbie Kalish's grandmother, Anne Koslowski, Carl Kramer, Oscar London, Thelma Mermelstein, Susan Mermelstein's mother, Lester Polliner, Lindsay Stern's grandfather, Rita Salberg, Stephen Kahn's aunt, Bruce Cinder, Jeff Greenberg's brother-in-law, Sophia Wetterhahn, Joanne Wilbur, Sharon Zappel's aunt, Edward Winston, Melanie Hall's father, Carol Wisner, Lisa Manashevsky's sister, Melvin Wolf, Felice Gasul's uncle, and Morton Zucker, Zichronam Levracha. As we turn to page 598 and hold all those who have been named and all those that you are holding in your heart, as you are able, please rise. It is our tradition to support one another. As you are able, please rise as we hold this sacred moment for those who have fallen, who have fought righteously and have lost their lives in the Ukraine. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, bi'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru, amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevorach le'olam ul'almei olmaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnasei, V'yitadar v'yit'aleh v'yit'alal shmei dekudesha barichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tush bechata v'nechemata da'amiram bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shmaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav hu ya'aseh shalom Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol b'nei Adam ve'imru. Amen. Page 657. עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו ועל כולם. עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו ועל כולם. סלאם עלינו ועל כל העולם. סלאם שלום. סלאם עלינו ועל כל העולם. סלאם שלום. עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו ועל כולם. I'm going to need the kids to help me with the Sabbath prayers, but before I do, as the kids are coming, for just a moment, I know I've gone over my hour. I'm not used to having people in this shul like this. I'm so excited. I promise to get it back to my hour. I do have to do this for a moment. If anyone has sorot tovot, if anyone has good news, a short good news that they'd like to share with us, I would love to hear it. Asa.
The good news is that next time that my dad's going to come, but he's tired, so he's not coming.
Oh my gosh, that is good news. The good news is next time, Asa's dad's going to come to Shabbat services. Woo! Woo! That's good news. Tell your dad I'm really excited. I love that you told me. Other good news. Sorot tovot. Kara?
The first news is that the three students up here are all from Peter Kimball, as is Rosie.
Woo!
So I want to just thank all the kids for being here. I love seeing you, and you guys are awesome.
Awesome.
Second good news is that we beat COVID. We beat COVID.
Woo!
Sure. The third piece of good news is that Farrell got, we're not allowed to say the name of it yet, but he got a very competitive fellowship at Johns Hopkins. So we're very happy.
Oh! We are so excited and happy for you. It's just so amazing. Farrell merited one of the most prestigious and competitive fellowships for another degree that she would like to earn. It means that a university wants her to study in their graduate program, which is a pretty big deal.
Well, that's my good news, is that they're going to be here for a little longer.
That's your good news. One last good news before we bless with the kids. Sunny.
We're tapping our maple tree.
Woo! You're tapping your maple tree. Sunny, did you know we did that on Tu B'Shvat at the Binny's house? That's so exciting. I learned so much that I never knew before. Sunny. Hold it with two hands so that the wine doesn't spill. As this cup is overflowing sweet wine, so may your Shabbos be overflowing. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kohodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reshit ki hu yom techila למקרא קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת, ואותנו קידשת, עם כל העמים, ושבת קודשך, באהבה וברצון, הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, מקדש השבת. אמן. לחיים. Do you want a little bit on your eyebrows? Yes? It's to make sure that you're always raised up toward Torah.
Look, can I get some on?
Sure. You want some on your eyebrows? Oh, you're going to all be so happy? Please, of course.
Me too.
Of course. Oh, sticky, sticky, sticky.
So wet.
It's so wet. Does it feel good? Hen, do you want some? You're not, your choice. Would you like some? No, thank you. Can you all help me hold this up together? Please? Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to the source above. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. I have it on good, I can't remember the word, authority, that we can actually break bread. But here's what you need to do. I'm going to get you a piece. And what you're going to do is you're going to step back to your parents so when you take your mask off, you're not all together. Okay? So here we go. Hold on for 1 second. Remember we used to do this? Achad. Do you remember we used to count together?
Oh, yeah.
Shtayim. Awesome. Shalosh. Arba. Chamesh. How many of you guys are there? Shesh. Sheva. How many are?
There's 7
Se-
kids.
Shmona. Tesha. You guys really do remember. Tesha. And then Eser. Okay, I want you to take it and bring it back to your parents, and then I'll break the rest for the people who didn't come with a kid. Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
What a joy to hear children, huh?
Yeah, what a joy to have children.